That was all California.
Man. There it is. There it is. Nightbreed had a question earlier. I'm going to try to paraphrase it, but he wanted to know what Dr. Dre and N.W.A.'s legacy will be at the end of the day. What do you think?
They changed the landscape of rap forever. They opened up a portal that can never be shut down. They showed between them and Luther Campbell, Luke Skywalker, or Luther Campbell, Uncle Luke, they took something that was underground for years and for decades and made it mainstream and got rich and moved on.
Great question.
Everybody have a different opinion. Because when you talk to people, when you talk to scholars, people that really study this thing, people that have really studied this situation, a lot of our social problems magnified. They didn't start. They magnified right after NWA. Because at the same time you had NWA, you also had drugs come to the community by the boatloads. And for the first time, drug dealers got theme music, and it changed the whole landscape of the streets. You always had gangs. We had gangs since the 50s and 60s. You always had drugs. But usually the drugs and the gangs were not on the same level. You might have had a drug dealer, a gang member that might have sold a little weed or some pills, but it wasn't an entire industry. It was an individual hustle. The drug game in the black community, for the most part, was controlled by grown men. When I say grown men, I'm talking about guys 30, 35 years old. And they did not intertwine with youngsters. The cocaine game was not a youngster's game. Cocaine game was not a youngster's game. A kilo of cocaine back in the 70s was $30,000. What 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 20-year-old got 30 grand to dole out at $100 a pop? Even if you bought a half a key, a quarter key, that's $750. $750. So and even then, because the penalties were so stiff, no adults wanted the kids anywhere around them when that was going down. You couldn't be nowhere around it. So once the drugs came into the community, the gangs met the drugs, and now you got music to amplify and glorify, to slang. You got music to slang by. Changed everything, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, I want your opinion on this clip that I came across recently, Lonzo, from Lazy Bone, from Bone Thugs and Harmony. He was recently on Gangsta Chronicles. Shout out to Gangsta Chronicles. And I'm going to play about 45 seconds of this. I thought about you, and I would love your comments. Here we go. This is Lazy Bone on Gangsta Chronicles.
With schooling, so now I feel like you have to have a business, some type of business degree if you're going to be a rapper. So, you need to take accounting. Like all these, a rapper now, it ain't just us putting words on paper. You got to run a whole full business. Oh, so you just coming to the mic because you can spit, that don't mean nothing. Everybody raps. So, but can you manage your career? Like, I manage myself. I've been managing myself, but I've been reading my own contracts. You got to understand the wearing tools, the pouring whips, and the hearing tools in your contracts. And you got to be able to dissect your contract. Okay, you like your clothes, your brand. Now a rapper is a brand. You know what I'm saying? So how do you manage that brand if you don't understand the different aspects of your shows, of your lawyers, if you don't know how to deal with every aspect of your business, then you're not gonna make it. And if you might get a one-hit song, but you ain't gonna last. So,
your thoughts, Lonzo?
I think he's absolutely correct. You need to know the business that you're about to get into. It makes no sense to just want to be on the top part of the business and not understand the roots. That's where the money is. The top part is where you shine at, but the bottom part is where you grind at, and that's where you maintain your longevity. In my situation, I still own my publishing. I still own my masters. So as I get ready to tell my life story, they got to go. I'm a one-stop shop. I'm a one-stop shop. I wish somebody would offer me a few $1 million for these records. I probably would take the deal. But even now, but yeah, I probably would. Because at 66 versus 26, it's a big difference.
Correct.
And I think the real issue would be the depth of my catalog. All my songs are not that popular, but a lot of them are still produced by Dr. Dre. So even though they're not that popular, they still have value to the true hip hop heads, and that's the part that folks have to. That's where the value comes in at. They were early Dre production. It's like buying an early Rembrandt. Rembrandt made the other pictures, but he also made some drawings. He drew his name. Well, it's a story I saw on Facebook or YouTube. A lady asked him to draw something. All he did was draw a basic face. And he asked her for $5,000 or something like that. And she said, "What, $5,000 for that?" She said, "It's not what I drew. It's the time it took me to draw it. It's the time it took me to draw it where you want to buy it. The value is in the value is in the perception of the buyer." So that's where the value is. It's in the perception of the buyer. So if you got something you may not think of high value, but somebody else may say, "Damn."
Some Saudi Arabian prince out there might be a big Dr. Dre fan and wants everything Dr. Dre, and he'll pay you $8 million for that shit.
Stuff shit that nobody else end up in a box someplace. He may think it's a doggone treasure. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah. Man, I love it. I don't know if we know too much about Mo Thug's records, Nightbreed, but maybe we can get Lazy Bone on the show in the future to talk about Mo Thug's. That was Lazy Bone's record label. It came out in like the 2000s. Lonzo, are you familiar with Mo Thug Records at all? It was a branch of obviously Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Right, I remember it. I don't remember much about it though.
Yeah, me either. We couldn't give you an honest assessment. But going back to hip hop and your early involvement in it, you were chopping down trees at the beginning of this thing, finding your way through. If you could pick one, what was the biggest mistake that you made as an artist, musician, businessman, that in hindsight you look back like, damn, I can't believe I did that, or if I did this different, things would be different?
I get asked that a lot, Doc. And for me, I should have stuck my hand in some of this potential money long term. Usually when after I realized when you are involved when you do certain referrals, you can get a point or two on the project. Okay, I never got any points, so I think I probably would have got a point or two, actual point or something like that on the various projects. But again, here's some people you have to realize also: nobody left Lonzo and went to a major right away and got a big deal. Everybody went to independent label, blew up, then they got a big deal. It's kind of hard to maintain. It's almost like a slave contract. Nobody just, I know when I think with King T did this deal, he left unknown and went to Capitol or wherever he went, and they were able, people who managed him were able to get a couple of dollars off the deal to sign the release. Okay, if I let you go, if you already moved, my contract is up, you go to Ruthless, and you're struggling at Ruthless, and then you blow up. How do you get paid from that? So the opportunities may not have been there for me. Again, I maybe I'm stupid to a certain degree. I got a certain operating system that I work by, man. And I don't think I made a lot of mistakes. I would like to get paid sooner in my life. But if I'd got paid sooner, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. I know that. I know it. I know me.
I said, I know me.
I know me. If I'd have got me a few million back in the day, I might be like Russell over there in trouble someplace, dodging the fucking feds.
Damn. That's hilarious.
Okay, I ain't gonna mess with no babies. That ain't what I do. But I'm just saying, everybody has a calling. My calling was not to be a gangster rapper, was not to be rich. at 30 years old. Especially at that time. If I had have gotten rich back then, I'd be dead by now.
Me too. Me too.
I'd be dead by now. They should be bullshitting myself. I'd have did something too much, too fast, too long, or I'd be all messed up. Because I was able to sit back and watch things unfold, I think they gave me a different advantage over a lot of cats. One, like I said, because I'm older, I saw a lot of bullshit when I was a kid, and I never chose sides. And when I saw certain things unfolding, I was able to step back and go do something else in the industry. I was never stuck in the rap industry. Not that it was a bad thing, but I never had to depend on performing to eat. Okay. I had other skills. I'm a DJ. I booked a gig today. I'm a DJ. I'm a club owner. I do different things. I'm not a one-trick pony. So in doing what I did, what I've done, do I have it? I don't have any real mistakes, man. I thank God in my life and the way He wanted me to have and what way He wanted to be. And as I talked to various people about various parts of my career, doing my story and documentaries, I'm still in control. Okay, I'm still in control of me, and that's a good thing.